Hello, Brooklyn. What up, Ryan? Are we live? What's up? Oh, one person that's watching me, Ryan. Hey, this is for you, Ryan. What's up, baby? Let me get rid of that echo. All right, we're broadcasting all about time and space. So we were just buying this stock right here, my friends. Oh, by the way, let me do a quick introduction. My name is Kenny Glick. I've been trading for 30 years. I'm the best that's ever been. And I say that, and I mean it. So if you've been wronged in the industry, reach out to me. If you've been scammed, reach out to me because I'd like to know who did it to you, wherever you touched and what happened. Because I'm out for vengeance for all of us. And my mo, as they say, is to stomp on people in this industry that think they know what they're talking about, which is most people. They think they know. And kind of why I don't like bull markets is a lot of people that think they know what they're talking about get proved to be right because the market never goes down. Us over here, we actually have to actively pursue our money every day and prove that we know what we're doing. And I've been doing it now for 30 something years. And if you're going to get into day trading, I'm going to show you how to do it. And if you don't do it this way, you will lose. And it's just VWAP. It's called volume weighted average price. And I've been trading since 1993. I've never seen anything that's so easy to understand and gives you an accurate snapshot of the stock, not just on the day, but the week, the month, the year, the entire life. So, what you're witnessing right here and what we're doing is kind of a little bit opposite of what I normally do. See this blue line up there? That's the institutional money. That's telling you the strength of the stock. The orange line is the prior VWAP. So today's blue line would be the VWAP today, and orange line's prior day VWAP, right? And when you get a stock that does what this is called the finger of God, see how it looked like it was an uptrend and it broke above VWAP and then rolled over? It's kind of like a knuckle. And when it rolls over, that's super bearish. And when it rolls over, starts breaking new lows, that's extremely bearish. And then when it breaks prior day VWAP, that's ultimately massively 100% bearish. So you're a shorter, and then even if you didn't get involved on the short side, here when it broke down under that $3 in the prior day VWAP, bang, it smashed down to 250. Now we missed the short. Some of us shorted it, but we came in just knowing market mechanics. And the market mechanics states that if a stock breaks three, generally it'll go to 250. And that's where you start to look for some buyers to cover the shorts. So when it broke 250 and then it came right back, we went from a blow off top to what we call a Faux-Show-Bro. So it's a fake out, shake out, and then a mini breakout. So now we're actually long the trade from the 250 using the 240 as our out. And I just sold a shit ton of it around 262 because, $2 stocks generally trade in eighths of a point. So from 250 to 262 on 10,000 shares, you made yourself 1,200 bucks. And again, not everybody's buying 10,000 share blocks of stocks, but at $2, you're not buying 100 shares, you're buying at least 1,000. And again, you bought 2,000 shares, you make a quick 12 cents, it's 250 bucks just for sitting here goofing around. And we're still in the trade looking for more because we got in at a good price. And now we're waiting to either get stopped out close to break even on the rest, or we're looking for that 270 to break and then maybe rip back to whence it came. And that's the wonderful part about this market is that stocks like Turb. I hope you guys were trading this one today, right? We were hip to this before everybody, right? Right there. There's the faux show, and there's the bro. Faux show, bro. We were involved in the whole move, got paid, rolled over, and it gave us another chance to buy the stock right there. Got paid again, and now some of us are still in it. I am not in this one, but it's about to roll over and die, I think. But when they don't die, it remains a buy. So this one has been not bad to keep on trading. And that's the entire day. There is zero going on today because there's this Fed meeting coming out, right? Nobody really wants to position themselves ahead. They don't want to be short. They don't want to be long. Everybody's kind of waiting and seeing. And that lends to the idea you want to go look at some of these bizarro names like Turb and Wolf. Basically, this one's another pump and dump piece of shit stock. They announced bankruptcy. The stock went up 2,200%. and they said it was looking good. The stock starts to go down. Then they said, no, we're really going bankrupt. And the stock spiked again. Then it crashed again. And now I think they said they're not going bankrupt. I don't know anymore. I don't care. The idea is that the stock has 106 million shares. It's trading, and we're involved because of price action and market mechanics. And that's really what it comes down to. And if you are watching this video, there's nobody better on the face of the planet that knows more about market mechanics and how to trade around these levels than me, because I've been doing it since 1992 and I've evolved with the market. And now I just use only two lines because these are the only two lines that matter. Moving averages don't work, stochastics doesn't work, RSIs doesn't work, clouds don't work. Nothing works. I've tried everything. Nothing keeps me in a trade or on the right side of a trade more than VWAP and multiple time frame VWAP. And if you're not using it, start. And if you don't know how to use it, join my website. And my website, you should join now because its price is going up next year. Now is a great time to get involved. And if you're still afraid, I do stuff for free because unlike most people in the industry, I love performing for nothing to prove my worth. Right? It's enough to say, hey, we did this, hey, we did that, hey, we did this, make a video about it and talk about all these things that happened in the past. What have you done for me lately? Right? I'm the what have you done for me lately? I live in the moment. Right? So that's why every day when you come to my website, I trade live with my people and explain why I'm getting into these trades, why I'm getting out of these trades. And you will know within 20 minutes whether or not I'm legit or not. And within 2 weeks, you will know I am the one. And I'm not trying to sound sarcastic or arrogant or conceited. I truly am the best at this. There is nobody better. There isn't even a second place. And when you learn from me, you learn how the market works. So then when a wolf trade shows up or a GEMI or an open or a turb, you'll be in the right place at the right time and you'll understand market mechanics and you'll make these trades work for you. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. My name's Kenny Glick. Good to see you. Now, the confusing part about what we're experiencing right now is supposedly stock twits, right? What's up, stock twits? I read that there's a lot of people on this website, right? And here I am, right? So Ryan, I need to know what's going on here. So when I'm about to come on, do you broadcast the entire website that the Kenny Glick, the Abraham of assets, the Barack of bread, the Cain of cash, the David of ducats, the Elijah of earnings, the Frank of funds, the Glick of gelt is coming to our website to bestow his wisdom upon us? And what happens? So why aren't there millions of people watching me right now? Right now, StockTwits, what's up? This site didn't exist when I started trading. The first day it started with Howard and Phil Perlman, I was on the site. I'm like the grandfather of StockTwits. You should know me. Because if you're struggling with your trading, find me. I will save you from yourself. And you'll say, damn, I wish I'd have met this guy 20 years ago. You know what? I wish I would have met myself 20 years ago. Because before VWAP, I thought I knew what I was doing. The revelation that I had when I realized, wow, I've been clueless this whole time, it was awesome. Realizing that I had no idea what the fuck I was talking about was an amazing moment. And I've never been a better trader since. And that's what VWAP has done for me. And when I say it saved my career, it saved my life, especially as a shorter. Because one of the first things I started to notice is stocks don't want to stay down when they break back above the VWAP, right? That's why we're buying SRAD today. Where's my SRAD players? How you doing? You guys in the SRAD? You should be. Buy it right now. And don't sell it until it hits 50 bucks 2.5 years from now. You guys are trading this figure? You should be, right? New IPO, popping and dropping. So let me show you why this is so amazing. You see that? Kenny, you're just cherry picking. No, I'm not. Why am I showing you this stock? Because I'm a fan. Because it's an IPO and it broke new highs yesterday. in a bull market. Stocks that break IPO highs in a bull market tend to go higher. But Kenny, what about this morning when it was going down? What were you thinking there? I was thinking if it holds the orange line, I'm going to be a buyer because the market's rigged to VWAP. So today's VWAP pulls back to hold the prior day VWAP, otherwise known as the faux show. Then you're back above the VWAP and you tend to have an upside move. And when you see stocks pull back to hold prior day VWAP, like we did with Open yesterday, right? So when you see that chart pattern show up, which is the Faux-Show-Bro, and the shakeout part gets down to prior day VWAP. Let me show it to you how awesome it was yesterday at the Open. See how it's the same setup? Pulls back, pulls the orange back above the blue, buy it. And that defines your risk. You have a reason to buy, a clearly defined risk, because you're saying, all right, if it breaks today's VWAP and if it breaks the prior day VWAP, you know it's going lower. So buying it here at 967, you're only risking 12 cents, and the stock wound up going up $1. That's $1 in Canadian. And we just got stopped out of the rest of the wolf. Bye. Good night. That was me getting stopped out. Now, I might try this trade again because that was actually not too bad. So now, see how it got rejected at prior day VWAP? Not a coincidence. I was hoping it was going to break it, but it didn't. And then it rolled, and I sold it. And I got just stopped out at 252. So now, if it doesn't break down, we might be able to do the same exact trade again. But what I'm hoping for is it breaks to 240, get some more people to sell, then it comes back, give us a new Faux-Show-Bro area to buy, and maybe we get a better price. Or we just sit here and laugh and giggle how well we've traded already today. So let me say hello to my new friends. Hang on a second. We're broadcasting across all time and space. PETZ. Wow, really? PETZ. PETZ. Pets, huh? Oh, well, that's a pump and dump. Because look, it didn't even trade. It just that they just ran it. They just changed the price, and now they just rug pulled you. I can tell right away I don't want to be involved in whatever that is. Yeah, isn't it even that? Cause it look at the. It looks like it got halted, and this. Yeah, that chart looks nasty. PETZ, huh? Yeah, but hopefully you just sold it. So, and by the way, you see this wolf trade? Just kind of did what I was hoping to see, but I wanted to see it go a little bit lower. This is exactly why we bought it before. Little capitulation under the 250, breaks back over the 250. It's the same exact reason we bought it here, just happened here. Not in it this time. And last time I bought, I bought 3,000 at 250, sold 2,000 258, worked my last 1,000 shares. I got some at 262. I was hoping for 275, and then I got stopped out at 252. But hey, back to this stock twits commentary, right? Hi, how are you? And by the way, Stocktoberfest, right? This thing that's happening in October. Yeah. Where's my invitation? I've been on the website. I'm like the grandfather of the website. Where's my invitation? I don't get flown out there to talk about VWAP and price and market mechanics. I've only been on the right side of the market for now 30 years, right? I'm pretty charismatic, right? I could talk. Give me like a 5 minute stint. No, I can't put me on a panel. No, I don't get an invite. What am I? What am I? What am I? Chopped liver? What am I? Shunned from the industry? I'm on the blacklist or something? Am I being blackballed? Anybody going to Stocktoberfest? Supposedly my buddy's going. You guys, I do a podcast with Don Corleone. You guys know Don, right? If you don't know Don Corleone, right? legitimately the most popular person on StockTwits. We do a podcast together. StockTwits Person of the Year, Contributor of the Year, Legend. You having fun? So let's go back to that GEMI trade. You sell it yet? There is zero reason to be in the stock, right? Look at this chart. Does that look like something you want to own? Right? Here's another tidbit of information that I still hold true to this day. Again, shout out Isaac, my mentor. If you're in a trade, right? And this is serious. If you're in a trade, right, and it's not going well, ask yourself, would you buy more right here? If your immediate answer is not yes, sell it. And I live by that rule. Does that look like something you want to buy more of? Has it looked like something you want to buy more of at all day? The answer is no. Sell it. Right? Dollar cost average when it turns. People who buy on the way down lose more money. It's much easier to wait for the turn and buy it when it starts to go back up to try to guess where it's going to stop going down. Because if I had to guess where this thing is going, 27.50, 25, and then zero. It's just an IPO. We don't know what it's worth. Winklevoss people, right? They're dumping it, they're selling it in their rat holes with their cousins and uncles in the Bahamas in offshore accounts. They're not dumb. They're dumping the stock. Well, the insiders can't sell. Uh huh. Sure. Yeah, the insiders can't sell. Oh, the lockup period's not for at least 6 months. Uh huh. Sure. The only people that get screwed by the lockup period are people that own the stock still and watched it bleed to death into the lockup period. And then it gets worse. But again, inevitably, if it goes sideways and then comes out of the sideways action, then you get excited. And while we're sitting here, how about that wolf trade? Anybody actually do the 250 buy? Right, it's the same exact trade. Last time I sold 258, I sold some 262, and then I was waiting to sell 275, maybe get 275 this time, and rinse and repeat. Same trade. By the way, this is all I do. I sit in my chair all day, drink black coffee, bang out ideas, why you're buying them, where you should be selling them, and why. The why part is the fun part. Understanding why you're getting into a trade, because if you're buying or selling something and you don't have an exact game plan why you're doing it, anytime you do a trade, why am I doing this? What's my plan? And what if my plan goes wrong? And that is basically trading every single day. All right. On that note, I'm going to cut this one off. Why don't you all go to StockTwits? Let me just see where I am. Do, do, do. Uh oh. Wow. 2 million people here, right? You got 8 people watching. Something's wrong, right? You got to figure out what that is, right? There's got to be some sort of algorithm that's not broadcasting. Kenny Glick is doing a live show on your website, and you got 2 million people on this site, and 7 people are watching right now. You're insulting me. You really? I mean, seriously? And by the way, how about this? This is the FIGR, right? IPOs that break highs, right? But remember, the best time to buy a stock is when you see a Faux-Show-Bro VWAP, Faux-Show-Bro VWAP, and now you got all-time highs on FIGR. See this one right now, if you were long this stock from this morning, this is the kind of one you hold overnight because it's going in your favor. Later this afternoon, if the stock's under 38.50, you're not holding it. And that's how day trades become good swing trades. Typically, and I know the people on stock twits will probably know this part, right? Most of you probably are swing traders because you don't know how to day trade. And you put a trade on and it doesn't go right. And you're like, well, I guess I'm holding it overnight. Oh, I'm a swing trader now. That's how it usually happens. Because you put a trade on, you don't know how to trade, you don't know what you're doing, you don't have stops on, you have no rules, you have no discipline, you have no reasoning. You just bought something because your cousin told you. Stock starts to suck, and the 4 o'clock bell rings, and next thing you know, you're a swing trader. Right? Sound familiar? Probably. I know that's how I used to do it. And next thing you know, you're in a trade you don't even want to be in because you should have sold it 3 days ago and then it just got worse. Or even worse, you bought more because you figured, let me just buy some more here because I don't know, I hope it goes back up tomorrow. I'll buy some here. That's not how you trade. You do everything with an exact purpose. Where my risk is, what's my reward? And if these are the things that you're not talking about when you trade, you will lose. And that's why you should be following me at Hit the Bid Radio on Stock Twits with all 7 of you watching right now. We're up to 8 now. So 2 million people on the website, you can only conjure up 8 people. Seriously? Is it my face? Is it the fact that I make money every day for 30 years? Is that why people are not into it? Or the trades that work? We have a trade setup that's worked 1,101 times in a row for 3 years. Wouldn't that be interesting to most people? Apparently not here on StockTwits. But go to that circle jerk of information at the Coronado Hotel and pretend that you're, oh yeah, this is helping me. Uh huh. Too aggressive? Too real? Oh, we got 11 people now. Look out. Let's go. Now we're moving mountains. If you're just joining us, my name's Kenny Glick, and I'm kicking ass. And I kick ass for all my members and all my subscribers. And when you get to know me, you realize the truth is the VWAP. I am at Hit the Bid Radio. No, you know why you go to Stocktoberfest? For the Navy run on the beach at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's a fantastic hotel, and you get to play golf. But how many times are you going to sit in a meeting talking about how the market's never going down? Hey, what do you think about the market? It's going up. All right. See you on the golf course. Do that for a couple hours. But if you are into conferences, let's go to Vegas, man. See, some people think, hey, what's up, y'all? Some people say that my attitude is off putting, right? Or condescending, right? Is it? I'm just speaking my truth, right? I'm manifesting my own truth. But my truth, right? My truth is truth, right? There's nothing better than trading VWAP. And if you're in the wolf right now, fucking A. See? Too busy yapping. I should have been buying back my name and doing the same exact trade. 3,000 shares at 250, banging them out at 262, holding on to that last 1,000 to see if it gets over that orange line. I hope you guys are doing this trade, right? So the difference between me and the rest of the industry can talk a good game, right? I actually have to produce every day because I do it live in front of people. And there's no denying whether the trades work or not because we're doing it live. There's no words on it. Do it live, right? We do it live. So since 2007, by the way, 275, here you go. If you're trading the wolf, this one's working out better than the first one. Hopefully, you guys bought the foe in the show, and now you got a little bro going on here. The trade keeps replicating. It's fantastic. And it's easy to understand, right? Anybody not understand the premise there? 250 gets defended. You're risking 10 cents, and bang, right? So let's go back, right? Let's go back. Let's go back to my arrogant, conceited non-humble nature. It's completely opposite of who I am. I've been humbled by the market so many times that normally most mortals would never be able to come back. But luckily, I had a father that bailed me out. At a book, well, first the bookie bailed me out, then my father, and then my wife. And I'm not embarrassed to tell the tale because that's exactly how it happened. I blew myself up 3 different times, and I had to be bailed out. And by the way, it wasn't by the government because apparently I'm not too big to fail. I'm just enough to fail on my own. Nobody gives a shit about me. And I really did borrow 30 grand from a bookie, but you know, that's how it all got started back in the day. Fast forward to where we are now, all of those horrifying things that have happened to me make me the better trader now. And I see the market differently than most people. I see it in real time as the matrix, and I see it better than most people because I've been staring at it, watching the evolution of price action. And that's why VWAP is the only way to trade because everything is on algorithms now, right? Everything's an algo. And most algos are priced, are they're built by humans, right? I'm building one right now. It's if then, if this, then that, if then this, that, if then this, that. That's all it is. It's a series of hundreds and hundreds of scenarios fed into the AI, fed into your algo, and then it's if then. There's no better if and then than trading on VWAP. And since we've been using it exclusively since 2012, since 2013, we see it. We see the evolution of the algorithms using VWAP because there's no denying when you see them traveling back and to and fro blue lines and orange lines because we have the algorithmic rigging of the market. So then your job is to just learn the 4 or 5 different ways that the market works around these prices. For instance, FIGR, right? This is just a VWAP retracement, right? So when you have a decent stock, they sold it off. You got the faux show, you got over VWAP. They try to faux show you back above VWAP. Once you get back above VWAP and then test it, that's the algorithm saying that's it. They've done their work. They've tried hard to get everybody out. The stock's got nowhere to go but up, right? Right. And if you're a buyer here, and this is what's fantastic about the way we trade, you ain't risking 3 points anymore. Once you see the foe in the show, you're buying here at 39.50 and you're using 39.21 and 38.75. Recent pivots are your stops, and then breaks 40, you're thinking 42.50. Now, I'm kind of shocked it hasn't got to 42.50 yet because that's usually the case. I'm assuming it's probably going to go, and I do like this trade. I still got 40 shares from the IPO. Sorry, I got 20 shares left over from the IPO. By the way, thank you, Public. Do you know that Robinhood and Public give out IPOs? I mean, I asked for 1,000 shares. They gave me 40. Hey, 40 shares of a stock going up 12 points pays my cable bill and a cup of coffee. All right, we're talking a lot of stuff, but seriously, seriously, if I'm on the homepage of StockTwits, a website supposedly that has 2 million people on it, is it my face? I mean, am I that repulsive? Some people actually think I'm good looking. Look, I got the hat on, right? I mean, am I just like frightening to look at? Because I know what I'm saying. If you've listened to me talk for the last 13 or 15 years, most of what I've said has either come true or I've just been right about stocks, right? I've been right. Obviously, I lose money on trades like everybody else, right? But man, what do I got to do? I'm thinking there's only 9 people on StockTwits. I think it's Ryan, me, Don Corleone, and 6 other people. I don't think anybody's on the website. Or else you'd be watching me right now. And you'd be emailing me right now to come to the schmooze on Thursday nights. It's me and 4 other people. I feel like I'm doing my Brooklyn College radio. Brooklyn College radio. That was what I used to work at the Brooklyn College radio. The mighty 590. Come on, you guys remember that station, right? 590 AM. I met Howard Stern at a party once, and we had him do a promo. You're listening to WBCR Brooklyn College Radio. Yeah, you and three other people. And basically that was it. Our listening audience was was three people. So I do these stock Twitch shows, assuming that one day it's just gonna like kick in and people are gonna start watching me. But now we've got zero people watching. Like, how is that even possible? Right? How is it even possible? There's zero people watching, right? So, somebody explain this to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. Do I need to write a book or something? Yeah, I got a book. Yeah, I wrote a book. Here, you want it? Is that what I need? People take this seriously? Here, I wrote a book. It's called Infinitesimally Small Balls. It's a story of how I blew up my life, lost all my money, and lost my chutzpah and my courage to put trades on. It's a fantastic book. Here. Thursday night, you email me directly, kennyglick at AOL.com. AOL, yes. AOL, kennyglick at AOL.com. I will send you a link. It's a private link to my secret lair. And then we're going to have Tuna talking about some AI. And we'll have another guest on. The Vaz might be showing up. If you guys know Vaz trades volume profile. Anything involving volume, I'm into. That's why we had a special guest on. Is anybody using True Trade Pulse? It's a institutional scanner for buy side activity at the open. It's cool. People liking it. So Thursday nights, if you don't know, we gather on my website. Well, my old website, so I call it the Secret Lair. I play usually a Grateful Dead show from 6 to 8. But we're thinking about doing a DJ to get the juices flowing, then do a guest, then some charts, and then bring the DJ back and then dance the night away. We're trying to come up with a new format because we usually have a DJ and it comes on around 10 o'clock and we just dance the rest of the night away. But actually, you know what's worth talking about? My SRAD is worth talking about, new highs. But what's worth talking about is the difference between FIGR and GEMI, right? FIGR is the one that's working. GEMI is the one that's not working, right? So this stock, you got to start factoring in 2750. Still looking for a reason to buy it because this is a bull market that most stocks, when they turn, they start to rip. Still stalking it as a long, but I have to assume it's going to 2750. FIGR, now that it got through the 30s and you're in the 40s, you have to assume it's going to 50. So I don't mind, again, getting a chance to buy this down here would be awesome. But if it does break the double top 42, I'm pretty sure it's going to go to 42.50. And then I'll use these bottoms of these candles where it came from as my stops if I'm wrong. And now tomorrow, and here's another trade, I'll give it to you today. Let's assume FIGR doesn't break 42 today. And I'll say when, because I think it's inevitable. When, or well, if, I guess, if and when it breaks 42, buy it because momentum will kick back in. But you see, if you just bought momentum this morning and you didn't sell, you probably got smoked, right? But again, what separates the really good traders from the great traders, let's say you were involved. You got in, you're loving it. All right, you sold some for a profit, and then you thought, all right, I'm going to buy more. This thing's going to 100. And it rolls over, you get hammered. Did you have enough courage to get back in? Get back in. Get back in. Because a lot of people, when you get burnt by a trade, you don't want to get burnt again, right? Your butt hurt, or whatever the kids say. right? And you remember, you don't want to let yourself get victimized again. It's the wrong way to look at it. The stock or the market doesn't remember you. Again, that's an Isaacism. The market doesn't remember what you did, nor does it care. If the setup shows up, get involved. Forget about you not getting out of where you should have got out earlier. It's setting up, it's setting up. Make that money. You see this SRAD, normally not a typical day trading stock, but I know that I'm looking to buy this stock under 30 because I'm accumulating, right? So look at me as just an institutional investor. The institutional investor who's accumulating is trying to beat VWAP throughout the day. So if I have past tuna fish over here, or let's say let's use one of you guys as an example. All right, so Mary, right? Or Celtic or Joe. No, Thursdays are for everybody. I'm giving them away for free because I love, like I said, dancing and showing people how awesome I am. So VWAP, one of the easiest ways to understand it is that me and Tuna over here, we have a hedge fund, and we just hired Linda to work for us, right? Linda has one job. She's our trader. Linda doesn't care about why we want a stock. She doesn't care about our long-term aspirations. That's me and Tuna's job. We tasked Linda to buy us some SRAD, right? So her job is to beat the VWAP at the end of the day. So if we want 18,000 shares, 25,000 shares of tuna, of SRAD on the books by the end of the day, Linda better be beating the VWAP as her average price. So Linda's like, oh, cool, it's under the VWAP. I'll buy some here, I'll buy some here, I'll buy some here. And then it makes the turn. Oh, shit. Linda better start buying because her average price better be below 29.91. So as it breaks the VWAP later, the institutional trader has to buy because they need to keep their average price down below the VWAP. And that's why when you see a late day or a mid-afternoon VWAP break, especially after the faux show VWAP break, buy it, blue line, orange line. And for us lowly day traders, you buy yourself 1,000 shares at 29.80 and you go to 30. And by the way, look what just broke 42 over there, right? So now if you don't get 42.50, I'd actually be shocked because that's just the way it works. 37.50 gets you 40, 40 gets you 42.50. Now what I'm hoping, just to prove me right, is it goes to 42.50 now, and then they drop it 5 points. Now I'm not rooting against you if you own it, but I am because I'm selfish, right? I want to buy the stock back. So I want to see them rug pull it. So that's why, as it approaches 42.50, I tell my subscribers and members, you probably want to start lightening up, right? So you should have an offer out at 42.38, 42, and 49. Wait, wait for it. Wait for it. Come on now. Like I said, I was surprised it didn't break 42 because market mechanics manual says 40 gets you 42.50. I mean, sorry, when you break 40, you generally go up 42.50. So again, I'm 3 cents off. I'm sorry, but at least you got the other 47 cents, right? I know what I'm talking about, right? Like I said, I invented this game that we're playing here. I should know the rules. I wrote them. Yeah, this guy really is full of himself. You certainly know I am, but I'm not. But I am, but I'm not. But I am, but I'm really not. Somebody once called me self-important. That's a freaking great phrase too. Man, you're some kind of a smug, self-important douchebag. I actually named the website that for a while. Smug, self-important douchebag. It's good for a t-shirt too. It's all an act, my friends. I cry myself to sleep every night. I live vicariously through the success of all of you. And if it was up to me, I probably would never put a trade on ever again and just live here and do what I do here and show people how to make money. I enjoy this too. I enjoy what we do here. It's beyond ecstasy. Well, depends on what you were taking ecstasy. That's another story, but for another day. But I enjoy this so much. That's why I do it every day. I love showing people how this whole game works. And I love when I show people something that they had never seen before and prove that the market's rigged and understanding market mechanics. And like I said, I see the market a lot clearer when I don't have a position on. And I just walk you through it because I'm seeing it clearly. I have no interest in really what it's doing for my own account, so I can stay focused and guide you through these trades. Now I'm kind of I will still hold on to say we get 47.50 because I'm still thinking we're going to get the other 3 cents. Come on already.
Man, the fucking guy, he said 47.50. I mean, the thing with the 47.47, I don't know if I could trust this guy. God damn it. You said 47.50, man. Sitting here all day.
There you go. Thank you. I did that for you right there. See? I told you. So if you bought at 42, sell it all right now. Take your half point and take it to the bank. There you go. See, this is just knowing how shit works. 40 don't get you 42. 40 gets you 42.50. In your face. Thank you. It's okay to be amazed. It's all right. It's okay. Kenny, I met Kenny back in 87. I thought it was crazy, little guy running around the way he was, kind of all over. Couldn't even keep a conversation going. The guy was on to the next topic. It's crazy. But then I met them. I spoke to him offside. I said, Kenny, you got to show me how to do this. It's fascinating listening to you every day. I'm old. Can I learn to day trade at 60? He said, Chris, it's my name. Chris, you can and you will. And Kenny and I have been friends ever since. He's a fantastic guy. Humble. Tom Brady, wait a minute. Is Tom Brady getting into pickleball now? Oh no, he's going to flag football. Raise your hand if you think Tom Brady is the strangest looking, ugliest fella in existence. I used to think that dude was good looking. He's one ugly fucker. By the way, anybody still in this robotic stock? I hope you are. All right. It's almost time to get the hell out of here. I'm probably going to go do something else with my life. Everybody all right? Did you guys make any money to trade the figure? There really wasn't much going on here, but hey, while we're sitting here, 39 got you 42.50. Even if you bought the 42, you got paid. Wolf trade worked out much better than I thought, right? Right? Two times, maybe even three times. You know what? You should be looking to buy it again because it worked once, worked twice. So they bring it on down again. Try to do it again. Keith Urban does look like a woman. Why? I think he is a woman. I also think Ken Burns is a woman as well. Did you ever see Ken Burns, the guy who does the documentaries? Strange looking fella. I think it's a woman. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but Ken Burns could be a cyborg. So stock twits. You guys know who I am yet? My name is Kenny Glick. I've been trading since 1992 officially. My first trade, and by the way, you should take these notes. My first stock that I ever bought was International Game Technology, IGT. What was my broker's name? Jan Grossman. What trade did he work? Where did he work? Gruntle. Remember Gruntle? Where's my old school traders? Gruntle, remember that? They cleared for everybody. Remember Joe Patataglia? He worked for Gruntle. But yeah, you should know Kenny Glick trivia because to get into the schmooze, sometimes I ask questions like that. So IGT, my first trade, was a slot machine company. Me and my friend, we took acid and we reenacted the Hunter S. Thompson thing. We drove from LA to Vegas, tripping on acid. And man, it was a whole shit ton of fun. And while we were tripping and doing nitrous oxide, I noticed every slot machine was made by the same company, and I called my father and I was like, I need to buy stock, and that's was my first stock, and that's how it all came to fruition. Tripping on acid in Vegas, noticing that every slot machine was made by one company. I bought the stock, and you know what? It went up. I made 300% on it. IGT, and I've been trapped here ever since. All right, I'm out of here. Ryan, pleasure hanging with you. Pleasure hanging with the other 6 people on the StockTwits website. So next week we're going to try to get our viewership up to 14 people. Let's try to double our viewership. So you 2 million people that are not watching me, ask yourself why. Are you too busy to hang with the greatest trader that's ever been in the history of trading? Don't take my word for it. Come and experience what I'm doing live on a daily basis, banging them out, as they say in Brooklyn, banging them out. All right. Nice hanging out with you. It's been a pleasure serving you. And if you just got paid on figure, don't sell it all because if it breaks 42.60, it's probably going to $45. All right. Y'all have a great day and be careful with that GEMI trade because it's going the wrong way. No reason to be in stocks that are not cooperating in the greatest bull market that's ever been concocted by the government and the Illuminati. All right. Peace be with you and also with you.